KCAL9 sports reporter Gina Miller joins us now with more.
The big question tonight, Gina, is was this an amicable split or just a nasty divorce?
I think that's an excellent question to ask, and it depends on which side you listen to. And it's really tough to say exactly why this decision has been made because neither side is really saying a whole lot. But both the Dodgers and Mattingly have agreed that he will not return in 2016.
It was definitely a mutual decision, and I think as we kind of talked through just the season and all different things, it just became, for me clear, I think for all of us clear that, this was the right time for this. And I think it was the best for me and best for the club.
It really was mutual. It was something that, as we talked through the weekend, as we, kind of got to Monday, there were things that were being discussed and how things were going that, we kind of looked at each other and felt like maybe this was the right time to do it.
Don Mattingly had a .551 win percentage and went 8-11 in the postseason as the Dodgers manager. But Susie and Elsa, for the team with baseball's highest payroll, that just is not enough.
They just can't justify it. And, I know he probably saw this coming, but why do it now?
Well, if you listen to Don Mattingly's conference call, he reiterated this time and time again, if you will, saying this was the right decision at the right time. Again, I think the expectations for this club are huge. It's World Series or bust. And this team, although it went to the postseason each of the last 3 seasons, it couldn't get over that World Series hump. You guys saw the video earlier of Andre Ethier and Don Mattingly blowing up in the dugout, as well as Clayton Kershaw and Mattingly blowing up in the dugout. I think you can question some of his managerial decisions and not if he lost control of the club, but if he connects well with certain players.
And do you see the Dodgers going after anyone now? Is there someone kind of waiting in the wings?
Yeah. Well, there is certainly a short list. There is certainly a short list, and probably on top of that list, the trendy name would be somebody already in the Dodgers organization. That would be former player and current Dodgers Director of Player Development, Gabe Kapler. A few other names that have been thrown out there: Dave Martinez, the Cubs bench coach; Bud Black, the former Padres manager; Tim Wallach, the Dodgers bench coach; and Ron Reineke, the Dodgers third base coach. As for Don Mattingly, he was emphatic when he asked if he wanted to manage again. He said yes. There are already reports that the Miami Marlins are quite interested in him.
Wow.
Okay, maybe that's a better fit. Maybe the chemistry might be better there.
And you know what? We've seen this with players and with managers. They may not have success in one scenario, but they go somewhere else and they thrive.
Yeah. We hope the best for him. All right, Gina, thank you.
There's some other big stories around the NFL this evening, and for that, let's send it over to our own Gina Miller with more on those particular stories. Gina?
Thanks so much, Jim. We start with a big game in New England this week. The 5-0 Patriots hosting the 4-1 New York Jets with first place on the line in the AFC East. It's a matchup of the Pats' second-ranked offense and the Jets' top-ranked defense. The Patriots have won 7 of the last 8 against the Jets, including a memorable Thanksgiving night win in 2012. Best remembered for, yes, Mark Sanchez's butt fumble. The Patriots' official Twitter account tweeted a photo of the play earlier today with the hashtag Throwback Thursday. That tweet was later deleted, but the play will never be forgotten. As for Tom Brady, he's an impressive 21-7 in his career against the Jets.
They played hard. They're obviously off to a great start this year. We got a phenomenal defense. I think they're like in the top 5 in almost every category. So, it's a big challenge for us.
In Pittsburgh, Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger is making a push to get back on the field. Big Ben suffered a sprained MCL just 3.5 weeks ago against the Rams, but he's already throwing passes at practice and is eager to get back under center. Michael Vick is also banged up, so at least for this week, all signs point to one Landry Jones making his first career start. Now, Jones threw for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against Arizona. Dolphins defensive end Olivier Vernon was fined by the NFL this week for his low hit on Titans rookie quarterback Marcus Mariota on Sunday, leaving the second overall pick with a sprained MCL. Titans coach Ken Wisenhunt did not hide his anger following the game, calling the controversial hit, quote, BS and done intentionally. Vernon denies intending to hurt Mariota and will appeal the fine. Now, Mariota missed practice today once again and is considered day-to-day with that MCL sprain. Cowboys wideout Dez Bryant was not ruled out for Sunday's game against the Giants and is considered day-to-day with a foot injury, while Odell Beckham Jr. is questionable with a hamstring injury. And a little bit later, we'll find out what's buzzing from tonight's game all over social media. But for now, let's send it back to Jim and Terrell. And guys, I'm curious about your opinion here, because Vernon says he's going to appeal that hit on Mariota. We saw where he was hit. The rules are very clear. You cannot hit a quarterback low. With all due respect, no pun intended here, it doesn't seem like Vernon has much of a leg to stand on when it comes to appealing that fine, guys, does it?
No, he doesn't.
Let's check in on what people were talking about during tonight's contest. What do you say we send it over to Gina Miller?
Gina.
Thank you, gentlemen. I feel that social media was made for sports, and it was blowing up tonight, and it was not a good night to be 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Cap was erratic with his passes all night long, overthrowing most of his targets. Check out this one in the first quarter. It hits a 49ers trainer on the sideline in the head. You know it hurts. It's probably going to leave a mark. I know it hurts. Tony Banks nailed me once years ago, and it stung for 2 weeks. Now, that might not sting as much as the 49ers falling to 2-5 and to last place in the NFC West tonight. But the tough Seattle defense wasn't the only menace for Kaepernick this evening. He was attacked by, of all things, a dragonfly during the game and jumps in shock. Maybe that fear of bugs played into his poor performance. He completed just 13 of 24 passes for 124 yards and no touchdowns. Twitter loved the Dragonfly's encounter with Kaepernick. Tanner says that the Dragonfly is the Seahawks' 12th man, while Evan claims, I love this, that it was actually a spy for the Patriots. Okay, time for tonight's edition of Ask Terrell. You guys ready?
Yes. Go.
Brittany wants to know, what was your favorite pregame routine when you were playing? Good question.
That is a good question. I mean, you wouldn't believe this. My favorite pregame routine, Brittany, was, okay, I used to like to sleep, get a power nap in right before